So, you've gone through a breakup and you're looking to get your ex back? Well, getting your ex back is a pretty intricate procedure and there are a lot of subtleties to it. Let's break it down into manageable bits, split it down into 3 phases. I call this the 3R system: recovery, rekindling, and re-attraction. Let's start with the recovery phase. This is where you're feeling your worst, like you've been hit by a truck, and you can't seem to shake off those feelings of devastation, loneliness, and depression. In other words, you're a hot mess. Don't worry, we've all been there. The main goal of the recovery phase is just that, to recover. Give yourself some time to grieve and process the breakup. Cry if you need to, scream into a pillow, eat a pint of ice cream, and do whatever it takes to get those emotions out of your system. But, there's one important thing you need to do during this phase, and that is to ignore your ex. That's right, no texts, no calls, and no stalking on social media. Just leave them alone for a while. Oh, and while you're at it, get rid of anything that reminds you of your ex. Burn those love letters, toss out that oversized hoodie they left at your place, and delete their number from your phone. Trust me, it'll make the recovery process a whole lot easier. Now, some of you may be thinking, but what if my ex reaches out to me during the recovery phase? Well, tough luck, buddy. You need to resist the urge to respond. This is your time to focus on yourself, not on them. I know you still need your ex back, but you first of all need to heal to the point where you can think clearly and have a discussion with your ex without collapsing into tears. First things first, let's talk about the importance of keeping yourself occupied during this recovery process. Sure, you could spend your days crying into a tub of ice cream, but where's the fun in that? Instead, go out and socialize with your friends. Make some new ones too, if you're feeling adventurous. Take up a new hobby, hit the gym, and work on achieving those life goals. Let me point out an important fact, and that's that every single breakup, yours included, is triggered by the same thing: a lack of attraction. Your ex was once into you, but somewhere along the line, that spark fizzled out. And if your ex gave you a list of reasons why they wanted to break up, I'm sorry to tell you, but they were probably lying. Or if they were telling the truth, then it was just a part of the truth. They were probably trying to avoid further arguments, or trying to avoid hurting you further. But don't beat yourself up about it. We all have our flaws and quirks that can be less than attractive. Maybe you got too needy, too complacent, or maybe you even cheated. And if you stopped doing the things that made your ex fall for you in the first place, well, that's a problem too. During the recovery phase, it's important not to overanalyze everything. Sure, take some time to reflect on what went wrong, but don't go reading into every little thing your ex does or says. That's just going to drive you crazy. Now, on to the fun stuff, the rekindling phase. This is all about changing the way your ex sees you. It's about making them forget about the negative stuff and focusing on the good times. And it's also about setting the stage for the next phase, re-attraction. The key is something called the no contact period. No contact means no texting, no calling, no Instagram creeping, and definitely no showing up at their doorstep unannounced. I explained this in the first phase. You're not going to speak to your ex at all for about a month following the breakup. For now, just focus on having fun, staying busy, and being the best version of yourself. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, it works. Think of it like this: have you ever been on a diet and suddenly crave a certain food that you weren't even thinking about before? That's because you can't have it, and suddenly it becomes more desirable. The same logic applies to your ex. If you're always available and in their face, they won't have a chance to miss you. But if you take a step back, they'll start to wonder where you went and what you're up to. And before you know it, they'll be missing you like crazy. Plus, there's actually scientific evidence to back this up. Studies have shown that it takes about 3 weeks to break a habit. And if your ex was used to having you in their life, they'll start to miss you like crazy after that 3-week mark. So, instead of trying to force your way back into their life, take a step back and let them come to you. Trust me, it's like the old saying goes, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's meant to be. This is really quite a complicated subject, and if you truly want to understand more about it, please go to the link in the description box. There's a video there on how to make your ex obsess over you. I can't get into too much details here. But it's extremely vital to make your ex miss you, and that's why the no contact period must occur if your ex is going to miss you. Another thing you want to be doing throughout the rekindling phase is focusing on transforming yourself back into the beautiful person your ex fell for in the first place. So that includes basically a lot of personal development items. Things like going to the gym, acquiring new clothing, making new friends, and being sociable. Generally improving your life moving forward so that your ex sees you more than just your desperate ex that they're attempting to move on from, but someone who's attractive. Someone who they're truly going to have second thoughts about breaking up with. So by doing all these types of things, like I said, being sociable, making new friends, going on dates if you can, going to the gym, changing your wardrobe. Whatever it is, you're moving your life ahead to make yourself more desirable to your ex so that they think to themselves, I wonder whether breaking up with this person was such a smart choice in the first place. Because hey, look at how great they are. Look at how they're prospering since the breakup. And another thing that kind of links into that is what I call covert jealousy. Basically, this includes getting your ex jealous, which they will if you do this the way I'm going to talk about. And all you need to do to generate this covert jealousy is basically date other people. Go out. Even if it's not a date. Even if it's just hanging out with friends of the opposite sex. That's what's going to make your ex feel jealous when they find out about it. So this concealed jealousy may really help out your cause and truly make you appear a lot more beautiful in the eyes of your ex. As a matter of fact, there's something in evolutionary theory called pre-selection, which is what this covert jealousy is based on. Basically, if your ex perceives you as being chased by other guys or other women, then they're going to desire you more as well. They're going to presume that you're a high-value person and that they made a mistake letting you leave. So covert jealousy is an incredibly important part of the rekindling phase. Now the last element of the rekindling phase is the first touch with your ex. You're re-establishing contact with your ex after the no contact period is over. You're going to want to start small. Don't simply abruptly jump into a phone conversation with your ex where you start chatting about your relationship and future and all that. Don't do that. Start small. Start with maybe a short text message, something really pleasant and carefree, cheery. The idea here is merely to show your ex that you're still around, you're doing fantastic after the breakup, and to show them generally that you're thriving and you're happy. Avoid any negativity in these initial few contacts with your ex. Don't bring up any controversy, and don't speak about the relationship. Just be happy, be funny, and show your ex a nice time. Remind them why you were so amazing and why you were together with this person for such a long length of time. Now one of the best ways to reach out to your ex in this type of tiny, cheerful casual way after the no contact time is through text message. This is going to be a short video. I couldn't get into all the many sorts of text messages you may use at this stage, but in the X Factor guide, you'd get a variety of sample text messages. So if you need any ideas, just go over to the link in the description box and grab some more there. One example though for this first time you're reaching out to your ex after no contact is what I call the question text. This is a lot better than just saying, hey, or, what's up, or something like that which may not generate a reply. So basically, what I recommend is saying something like, hey, remember that beach we found last summer? Do you remember what highway exit we took to get there? I want to take a friend but I can't remember how to get there. Now again, this is just one kind of text message you can use, and obviously, you'll have to modify it to your scenario. But I do recommend beginning with something small and carefree, cheerful attitude to your text message, and developing from there and prepare yourself for the next step. Phase 3 of the master plan to win back your ex is what I like to call Operation Re-Attraction. First things first, you're going to need to see your ex in person. That's right. No more hiding behind your phone screen or sending cute little emojis. It's time to face the music. But don't worry, you don't have to come right out and say, "Hey, let's get back together." That's too much pressure. Just invite them out for a friendly catch-up over coffee or drinks. Keep it casual. Once you're face to face, it's time to work your magic. But remember, no drama, no relationship talk, and definitely no arguing. Oh, and don't forget the most important part, flirting. Yes, you're just friends for now, but that doesn't mean you can't bring the heat. Get a little touchy-feely, in a non-creepy way, of course, and build that sexual tension. Just be your charming self and show your ex a good time. Experts call it kino, which is just a fancy way of saying flirting through touch. It's like a secret language that only you and your ex can understand. And if you're worried about how this might differ for men and women, don't fret. We've got you covered. Just check out the link in the description to see specific strategies for your gender. So there you have it, folks. Phase 3 is all about rekindling that physical and emotional connection with your ex. Just remember to keep it light, keep it fun, and keep those hands to yourself. Well, mostly. Thanks so much for watching. And just to mention, if you do have a unique case that anything that wasn't discussed during this video that you're still thinking about, go over to the link in the description box. Then watch the free video presentation there. You will see more what-if scenarios and potentially address your issue. And finally, please like this video so that YouTube can show it to more people who may be interested in it.